olwaleero nzizemu okutebulinga mu parliament list zetwaleetedda ez'abannaffe abaabuzibwawo nga John Bosco Kibalama Oweekitiibwa Nabbanja yatugamba nti oyo amanyiwa gy'ali tukyamubanja tumugamba mutuwe John Bosco Kibalama n'abalala ndese ne lisiti ez'abo abali mu makomera ag'enjawulo ba Olivia Lutaya n'abalala abasibiddwa abamu okusoba mu myaka 3 emisango gyabwe tegitandikanga olwokubanga tewali bujulizi bubalumiriza olwokubanga tebazza musango gwonna tuze tubanja abantu bano ensonga zino juzi twazitwala ne mu kooti nga tugamba kooti ekake gavumenti okuta abantu bano n'okutuwa Bakibalama n'abalala ababuzibwawo endala zikyalimu nazo mu court martial lisiti zino twaziteeka mu parliament ne tuwako Oweekitiibwa Nabbanja Attorney General n'abalala ne tuwa ne Uganda Human Rights Commission naki era nga gye ziri eyo naye ensangi zino tulina abannaffe abalaga nti bo munnange bakola nnyo nti bo abantu bano babafaako nnyo ate ekyo nakyo kirungi kubanga kiraga nti bakkiriziganya naffe tuze tugamba nti gavumenti eno etulugunya abantu ekwata abo abatagiwagira ne bateeka mu zi safe houses ababeera eruzira n'ekitala ne babeererayo ddala eyo myaka 3 n'okweyongerayo awatali musango so kirungi nti batandise okulaba ebintu bye tuze twogerako nga tubanja so nzizemu okuzireeta nate waleme kubeerawo olwekwaso kubanga tulina abamu abadde bagamba nti lisiti temuzituwa naye of course bannaffe abamu bakkirize okubayambako okutegeera ensonga zino ziddukanyizibwa zitya kubanga oli bw'aba mupya mu palamenti mupya mu kabineti n'omuntu amazeeyo omwezi ogumu ayinza omuyambako nti kaakati ebintu ebimu by'obuuza Oweekitiibwa Nabbanja prime minister mukamaawo lisiti ezo azirina genda yazikuwe ne wano mu parliamentary codes twaziteekayo era wano wooyita eno office gy'ogendako okufuna lisiti ezo so nga bwe tukyabayambayambako okuyiga ensonga zino ngambye nti kale waleme kubeerawo olwekwaso lisiti ezo kanzikomyewo nate era mu kuzikomyawo ngambye nti parliament eweeko prime minister lisiti endala kubanga already twamuwadda Attorney General Internal Affairs Minister n'omuntu omulala yenna yali agadde ku lisiti eno oba minister oba presidential advisor oba RDC oba ni abantu bonna abali eyo abawulira nti lisiti eno bagyetaaga kubanga bazza abamu nga bagamba L.o.P tuwe lisiti zitaddeyo mu parliament kakati abakkaanya naffe nti gavumenti eno byekola bikyamu etulugunya abantu abatakkaanya nayo nebateeka eyo makomera awatali musango Bakibalama n'abalala nebabuzaawo myaka kati n'okusobamu abo abakkiriziganya naffe batwegatteko ku nsonga zino lisiti ntaddeyo za mirundi 2 emu eriko 18 Bakibalama n'abalala ababuzibwayo then lisiti eyabo abali makomera ensonga zetufollowingako eriko abantu 55 naye ate abantu bano 55 lwe tugenda obbakyalira batugamba nti eyo makomera gye bali waliyo n'abalala abateekebwayo ababasookayo so kakati ne bano tuli mubafunako information bwe tunamala okufuna information eyo yonna list tujaza updatinga naye at least zino zo zikakasibwa abantu bano gye bali mu makooti eyo ne mu makomera ne bano 18 nabo babuzibwawo ate nga ne gavumenti ekkiriza nti babasibanga Oweekitiibwa Nabbanja bwe yagamba kubuzaabuzibwa nga bwe ngambye nti waliwo abantu abamu abaagala okulaga nti bakola nnyo nnyini ddala juzi twali ku court martial era nagenda ne babaka bannange okweyimirira bannaffe bano ba Olivia Lutaya n'abalala ku lwaki abazadde baabwe ab'enganda zaabwe abaami n'abakyala baabwe bagenda okubeeyimirira court martial negamba nti abantu bano tebasaanidde kubeeyimirira kakati fene tugamba okusookera ddala ekyo kikyamu ogamba otya nti omuzadde w'omuntu mukyala we muganda we naki tebasaanidde tebaweebuka kimala naye nengamba babaka bannange ffe tugende kale naffe tubeeyimirire tulabe oba kooti enagamba nti naffe tetusaanidde so court martial egenda kuwa ensala yayo nga 15 okulaba oba ffe tusaanidde oba naffe tetusaanidde era bwe tuba tetusaanidde twagala kooti etubuulire ani asaanidde okweyimirira abantu bano gwe tuba tubaleetera naye nga bwe tubiwulira nti olwokubanga kooti twagiteeka mu kattu twagiteeka ku kisenge nga tugamba nti kakati naffe nga ababaka ba palamenti tuvuddeyo mutubuulire oba naffe tetusaanidde. Twabiwuliddeko nti bagezaako okulaba nti abantu bano bateebwa. Kati waliwo ababiwulira ebyo nti abantu bano banaatera okuteebwa. Kankibuukire ndage nti nze ntaddewo embeera ne babata. Babeerayo mu politics, mubaleke bakole baagala okukola, naye ffe tusigala tubanja abantu bano bateebwe. Abo abaabuzibwawo Kibalama n'abalala Nabbanja batuwe kubanga omanyi gye bali nga bwe wagamba. Kugamba nti abantu bano tebalina musango gwonna. Era oli bw'avaayo nga mukozi wa gavumenti n'agamba nti kale nja kugezaako nange okwogera n'ono okwogera n'oli okulaba nti bateebwa. Akkiriziganya naffe nti abantu bano tebalina musango, kubanga omuntu alina omusango aba akubibwa mu mbuga z'amateeka, obujulizi ne buleetebwa n'awozesebwa. Naye kati myaka giyise 3 tewali bujulizi buleetebwa kubanga tebalina musango. So kaakati abantu abagamba nti nja kwogera n'ono nja kwogera n'oli bakkiriziganya naffe nti gavumenti yaabwe kyekola kikyamu ekyokutulugunya abantu abatagiwagira n'okubateeka eyo mu makomera awatali musango awatali bujulizi bwonna. So kirungi nti bakkiriza kye tuzze tugamba, era katusuubire nti bajja kukoma ku gavumenti yaabwe bagambe nti bannange mulekera okutulugunya bannansi n'abo abatabawagira. I have 2 lists. One of missing persons, including John Bosco Kibalama, who the Prime Minister said was arrested and she knows where he is. I've also tabled a list of missing persons, of others who are in jail, Olivia Lutai and several others who have been held in jail for over 3 years, for no offense whatsoever. And that's why yesterday I called it persecution as opposed to prosecution. This is not the first time that we are tabling this list here in Parliament. We have tabled this list, but we said let there be no excuse, because I've been hearing some voices out there. Some people, workers of government and other excited people really, who are saying, L.o.P, produce these lists and we follow up these matters. So I didn't want anyone to have any excuse. So I brought them again, okay? As we help these people to learn how these processes operate, because if you're new in Parliament, if you're new in Cabinet and so on, let them accept that they need to be helped to know that when there are certain documents you require, you go to your boss, the Prime Minister. She has those lists. Or you can go to the Parliament Records Office and you can be directed which door, which office that is, and you get those lists. But as we help them to learn the ropes and all of these different processes, I said, let me table another list, a fresh one, okay? Similar to what we have been tabling, so that nobody gets to have an excuse. We continue to demand that these people be released because they don't have any offense they have committed. If they committed any offense, surely 3 years down the road, you should have produced this evidence in court. But they have not produced any of this evidence in court. They have denied them bail. And that's why I, together with colleague members of Parliament, went to the court-martial the other day to stand surety for these people, because the court-martial rejected their parents, their spouses, and other relatives as surety, saying they're not substantial enough. So I told colleague members of Parliament, let's go and stand surety for these people. Let's see if court-martial will say that even us, we are not substantial enough. And then we shall demand from them to tell us who is substantial enough. If parents, if spouses, if national leaders like ourselves are not substantial sureties, who is substantial enough? So that ruling is going to be given on 15th. We are waiting to see. And as we have been hearing, we understand that the court-martial is really pressed against the wall, because now we came as leaders to stand surety for them. So we understand that they are working to see that they release them because they are pressed against the wall. What excuse are they going to give us? So when some people in government hear that these people are about to be released, they want to jump onto that issue and make it seem like, you know, they're the ones that have made the release happen and that kind of thing. There'll always be those excited people. That's okay. But on our end, we said, let there be no excuse whatsoever. And that's why I have tabled those lists again. The missing persons has got 18 people, including John Bosco Kibalama and others. And as I've said, Prime Minister Nabbanja knows where they are, because she told the country John Bosco Kibalama was arrested. She knows where he is. And we are demanding that she releases him. The people who are in jail, the list we have is of 55. Some have since been released because we keep following up in court and so on, so some have since been released. But even these 55, whenever we visit them in jail, they tell us that there are some others in jail who are narrating to them their stories, how they were arrested and so on. So we are picking information about all the others, and we shall keep following up.
Right Honourable Speaker, in accordance with the Rule 128 of the Rules of Procedure of Parliament of Uganda, I beg to move that bill, entitled Children Amendment Bill 2024, be read for the first time. I beg to play.
Thank you.
Right Honourable Speaker, in accordance with Section 76 of the Public Finance Management Act 2025 as amended and the Rule 118 of Rules Procedure of Parliament of Uganda, I beg to lay on the table Certificate of Financial Implication for Children Amendment Bill 2024.
The Children Amendment Bill 2024. Thank you. Just for record purposes, PSA May 2015. Okay, thank you. Order. Thank you. Honourable colleagues, the bill is referred to the Committee on Gender to be processed within the confines of Rule 129 of our Rules of Procedure. Item 3.4. The procedure for
Honourable Speaker, I was simply explaining the document, but I am late. And so I have laid that list. I'd like to also lay the list of missing LDP supporters, which have John Bosco, BALAAM and others, who, by the way, the Prime Minister told us was arrested and he knows where he is. I know what table record. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, for this, managing position is a difficult job.
Let's put politics outside this and get people ready to help.
But what happens, right, Honourable Speaker, on most occasions, when somebody is moving towards getting a solution, now you see the party coming in, people trying to play politics here and there. So, right, Honourable Speaker, through your office, given that L.o.P now has presented, has tabled, and has said that is going to happen with members who are ready to intervene, we request that this time we don't want politics to get.
Point of order granted.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I have tabled the list, and you have advised that whoever wants to have access to this list.
Honourable Speaker, please just wait. There is when we have order to do with like decorum in terms of dressing. That's why I was insisting. I thought you've seen someone maybe who has no ties, someone putting on slippers. That's why I was allowed. Okay? Okay? So, you get it. But if it is on the matter which we have just finished, let's close this matter. Let us not exchange. My brother, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Under Rule 7 and 8. Because I'm finding what we are discussing strange and I will need your guidance. We have the amnesty law in this country. I was not privileged to hear the submission of the good addition from Bunyoro yesterday, but with the lists laid on the floor of the House, I am asking myself, when the lists are laid on the floor of the House on the request from Honourable BALAAM Barugara, are we handling some kind of amnesty process? Are we handling some kind of amnesty process? Because, as far as I know, when you are suspected to commit a crime, you are produced before courts of law and a due process is followed. It is those who choose to ask for amnesty and formally apply for it in the Amnesty Commission. In the Amnesty Commission that are given amnesty. So maybe I said I was not privileged to hear the submissions from my honourable colleague. I said a good addition from Bunyoro. Was he applying for amnesty?
Thank you. Bunyoro. To be fair, the Honourable BALAAM said here on the floor yesterday that he would also, now as a member of cabinet, he would want to be appraised on this matter and see how he can contribute his effort, like how other people have been contributing their effort. So the information provided here is for him to also add the effort on the other efforts that have been going on to solve the matter. So to me, as long as someone knows he's going to add value, now by the way, now he has authority. Hey, this is not the BALAAM we knew of. Those are they reminded us to say, I'm a full minister now. So we only need to wish him well, and we give him all the support necessary. You never know where his hand can reach. So let's give him that support. Now, honorable colleagues, today we have a special guest. We have a special guest in the gallery. The colleagues, I implore you, if you have a special guest or what, you should always bring them here, they see what you are doing. This is Mr. Bewaze James, who is in the VIP gallery and stand up for recognition. He is my primary school teacher. He taught me from primary 4, primary 7. Now, when I was thinking, he's asking how much boko he gave me. Whatever he did to me shaped me into what I am today. But above all teachers, why I picked on him, when I was in primary 4, and don't interpret it to mean child labor, he appointed me a salesman. To get additional income, he would make pancakes. And you know those pancakes which are wrapped in banana leaves, you know how good they are. And I would be selling for him during the break time and at the close of school.
For giving me a chance to speak what I want to speak, especially in reference to your communication as regard to the accident that our colleague, Honorable Katuntu's brother, lost his life in. Right on the speaker, the way accidents happen in this country, all of us are quite aware of, to the extent that even honorable members, some of our colleagues, have met their demise through it. And more so, the day before yesterday, in Arua district, a staff of OPM, Solomon Abenika, who was riding his OPM motorbike, was knocked in the streets of Arua city and had to sustain 3 broken limbs. Just as he was being prepared to be operated, he breathed his last breath. And today the body is in St. Philip's, and that was to the carnage, reckless driving within Arua city. In Mariokolo yesterday, the chairperson for a circle group is called George, again was knocked by a reckless driver. And again, he broke both of the limbs. He's being prepared for operation. You're well aware that the police, in their Easter message, brought it to our attention of this country that during Easter alone, Ugandans who lost their lives through accident were more than 80, and there were more than 200 accidents. Why am I bringing this in reference to your communication? I think it is ample time and prudent time for us to review the traffic laws in this country. I do remember when we were in Rwanda, Rwanda decided to revise on the speed limit within the city, from bringing it down from 120 to 80. And then that again reduced on the accident rates in this country, to 60. My appeal through you, right on the speaker, that this parliament considers reviewing the speed limit for different vehicles in the streets of this city. leaving alone even the motorbikes that are rampantly killing us. If it pleases you, more so on the side of government, I think it is time for us to review and move forward, and then we see over time how that can impact on the accident. Finally, as I sit, right on the speaker, this is related to the road infrastructure we have in this country. My Mario Kolo is a village road. We just received 500 million for the road fund, which you presided over, that every constituency should receive. As I talk now, only 500 has been received. And these accidents are happening across even the constituencies in the villages. People are dying. Maybe through you, the minister can expedite the process of releasing the 500 more, so that we are in line with reducing the road carnage accidents throughout the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Now,
Mr. Speaker, it is true, in the budget for financial year 2023-2024, we provided for an amount of 1 billion for each district, and there was a commitment that we shall be releasing 250 million per quarter. We managed to do it in the first quarter and the second quarter. In the third quarter, we had cash flow challenges, but we are looking forward in this final quarter to release the balance of 500 million.
Presidential advisor, I'm just seeking your clarification, and maybe that of the Attorney General, whether one can be a member of Parliament and at the same time a presidential advisor. Because as far as I know, a presidential advisor is a public servant. And we need to know, did he reject the other position, or is he here illegally? Thank you, sir.
Ong is occupying the post.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I must say that General Rail is well within his place to be here, because he's a public servant, and to advise the Honourable Member that we are also public servants, Minister. We are not civil servants. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm very sure this was a deal between General Reru and Honorable Kawanda, so that we can confirm both positions for General Reru. But they are ever seated together in that corner. They are the best of friends. As long as he does not draw a salary.
Received an urgent call from concerned people all over the world regarding a very important vote which is supposed to take place by the World Health Organization. It is about the international health regulation and the pandemic vote that is supposed to take place. I don't know, there's not much time. I would have read verbatim what is here for maybe the members to appreciate. But the gist is there's going to be a very important vote, and Uganda, being a member of the World Health Organization, is supposed to be informed prior before this vote. But as far as I know, none of this has been brought to the attention of Parliament yet, and yet we have less than a month to go into this vote without consulting Parliament of Uganda, and this is something very, very key. Mr. Speaker, this is about the adoption at the 77th World Health Assembly, which states that any amendment shall be communicated to all state parties by the Director General at least 4 months before the Health Assembly at which it is proposed for consideration. So for me, I will share with you, Attorney General, this letter, open letter, and maybe you look at it as cabinet. But my request, yes, my request is that you request for a postponement of this vote, because we cannot as a country go into this vote without consulting this August House, because the issues that we are going to vote about on the amendments concerns every Ugandan. Thank you.
And these pandemics, you know, and how they were handled, and WHO failing to come out to clarify. Some of the counties saying, no, we no longer have COVID. You can see what we are still going through. But they have very important and very impactful effects on the population. You saw what happened to do with our children during the pandemic of COVID and all that. Now, the members' major concern was there are important issues being decided don't quite there without even consulting that on agenda. And then you find we are in international forums where we send our colleagues, we are stuck. You know, you ask foreign affairs sometimes, they are also not consulted on these issues. So I will request Attorney General, you link up with Honorable Rusa Kero to ensure that indeed this issue is followed up to the letter. Next item.
Item number 3 on the order paper, bills first reading, 3.1.
Minister for Internal Affairs, or Honorable colleague,
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Non-Government Organizations Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the first time, and the bill is accompanied by the certificate of financial implications.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The bill is referred to the Committee on Defense and Internal Affairs to be processed within 45 days as provided for under Rule 129 of the Rules of Procedure.
The Non-Government Organizations Amendment Bill 2024. Item 3.2.
Honorable Minister.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the bill entitled the Warehouse Receipt System Amendment Bill 2024 be read for the first time. The bill is a...
I've seen you no longer fear threats, so...
Chair, I'm my sincere apologies. I just wanted, our most recent minister took us through the procedure of moving and laying. But I've seen our senior minister is moving without laying the bill. So I thought we'd be able to adopt the approach, which is very correct, which we applaud of the new minister.
2022, we are promised to launch the Nakasongola and Jira Bridge. To date, it's not yet completed and the contractor left the site. What is the L.o.P plan for that site? And also elevation and tarmacking of the same road.
The name of the bridge again?
Then also tarmacking of the entire road that will connect Kayunga district. Secondly, through you, Honorable Minister for the Youth, congratulations. Which plan do you have for the rural unemployed youth? And if any, when are you visiting Kayunga district?
Right, Honorable Prime Minister. Right, Honorable Prime Minister.